Welcome to the longest running quiz show in the area. Categories. High school students compete to answer questions on topics from art to science, history to current events. And now, here's your categories host, John Bartell.
Hi, welcome to Categories. Today we're bringing you a great intra-district matchup as the Shawnee Mission Northwest Cougars, coached by Kathy Morrison, are taking on the Shawnee Mission South Raiders, coached by Todd Nafis. Let's go ahead and meet our competitors first from Northwest.
I'm Sam and I'm a senior.
I'm Jack and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Matt and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Jack and I'm a freshman.
I'm Taryn and I'm a senior.
And our competitors from South.
Hi, I'm Josiah and I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Anna and I'm a junior.
I'm Bennett and I'm a sophomore.
I'm John, I'm a junior.
I'm Jack, I'm a junior.
All right, here on Categories. In the first round, we will take turns answering questions. If a team responds correctly, they earn a point. If they don't respond correctly, the other team will get a chance to steal. And we did not do a coin toss, so you're going to get to see a coin toss live. Jack, L, call it in the air. It is a tails. So South, you will get the first question. And the category is science. Which of these animals, fish, reptiles, amphibians, and mammals, breathe by a combination of lungs, gills, and skin? Jack.
Amphibians.
Amphibian is correct. Cougars, coming back to you. We have religion as the category. According to Muslim tradition, what event took place at Jerusalem's Temple Mount to cause that site to be a sacred shrine? Sam.
Muhammad ascended.
That is correct. Very good. Raiders, back to you. Literature, poetry is your category. If you were collecting an aviary of literary birds, you might include what bird immortalized by Keats, whose name suggests it sings up a storm after dark? Anna.
Nightingale.
Nightingale. Cougars, literature, again, is the category. Starts off with a quote. If God did not exist, it would be necessary to invent him. What 18th century philosopher and writer made that statement? Sam?
Rousseau.
It is not Rousseau. Raiders, chance to steal this literature question, starting off with a quote. If God did not exist, it would be necessary to invent him. What 18th century philosopher and writer made that statement? John.
David Hume.
It is not Hume. It's Voltaire. Voltaire. South, you get the next category. It is games. What gambling device was invented about 1244 BC? Josiah.
Is it the dice?
It is dice. Northwest, economics is your category. In dollars, what is Washington State's fishing industry's most valuable catch? Jack L.
Salmon.
It is salmon. Raiders, art, specifically auctions. With the boom in art sales, the rivalry between the world's two biggest auction houses is larger than ever. Name either of these auctioneering giants. Cougars, chance to steal this art auctions category. With the boom in art sales, the rivalry between the world's two biggest auction houses is larger than ever. Name either of these auctioneering giants. Sam?
Sotheby's.
Sotheby's. The other would be Christie's. Northwest, vocabulary is your category. Using the prefix auto, A-U-T-O, tell me the name of an oven-like device used to sterilize medical instruments. Jack L.
Auto sterilizer.
It is not an auto sterilizer. Raiders, chance to steal this vocabulary question using the prefix auto, A-U-T-O. Tell me the name of an oven-like device used to sterilize medical instruments. Josiah.
Is it an autoclave?
It is an autoclave. South, world history explorers is your question. What great prehistoric explorations were carried out without the benefit of a compass? Was it done by the Incas, the Aztecs, the Mayans, or the Polynesians? Josiah?
The Polynesians?
It is the Polynesians. Cougars, current events. 2 Democratic candidates recently dropped out of the presidential race. Former Virginia Senator Jim Webb and a former governor and senator, Lincoln Chafee, from which state? Jack L.
Maryland.
I'm sorry, that is not correct. Raiders, chance to steal this current events question. 2 Democratic candidates recently dropped out of the presidential race. Former Virginia Senator Jim Webb and the former governor and senator, Lincoln Chafee, from which state? John?
New Hampshire.
It's not New Hampshire. It's Rhode Island. Rhode Island. Raiders, you get the next category. It is world geography. Identify the source of North Atlantic icebergs. Is it the North Polar region, northern Norway, Iceland, or Greenland? John?
Greenland.
It is Greenland. Geometry for you Cougars. Plane geometry is the study of 2-dimensional figures. What was the standard plane geometry textbook for centuries? Raiders, chance to steal this geometry question. Plane geometry is the study of 2-dimensional figures. John?
Elements.
Elements. Very good. General knowledge, back to you, Raiders. From Old English for breast, this cut of beef is usually from the breast. Name it. Cougars, chance to steal this general knowledge category. From Old English for breast, this cut of beef is usually from the breast. Name it. The brisket. Brisket. Northwest, science, animals is your category. Animals are officially recognized as being under the threat of extinction are said to be what? Sam.
Endangered.
Endangered. South, philosophy is your category. In what 20th century political and social philosophy is it believed that existence precedes essence, which means that man must make his own world and find his own meaning in life? John.
Existentialism.
Very good. Cougars, Shakespeare is your category. Fairly long question. This statement is made several times in a speech by Mark Antony in the play Julius Caesar. This statement is ironic since Antony is attempting to portray Brutus as ungrateful and treacherous. He succeeds in turning the Roman people against Brutus and other assassins. Can you quote it? Raiders, chance to steal this Shakespeare category. This statement is made several times in a speech by Mark Antony in the play Julius Shakespeare. The statement is ironic since Antony is attempting to portray Brutus as ungrateful and treacherous. He succeeds in turning the Roman people against Brutus and other assassins. Can you quote it? Jack.
Brutus is a noble man, or
Cannot accept that. Brutus is an honorable man. Very close, very close. Raiders, we do come back to you with a vocabulary question specifically related to law. In August 1984, most jurors concluded that the automaker, John DeLorean, had been lured by an informer into a crime he was not predisposed to commit. This is the legal definition of what? Josiah.
Entrapment.
Entrapment. Cougars, fine arts, painting is the category. Which of the Norwegian Edvard Munch's painting has been called an icon of existential anguish? Sam.
The Scream.
The Scream. Raiders, language, word origin. The French word meaning to talk gave rise to what word for a type of legislature? John.
Parliament.
Parliament. Cougars, military history is your category. The capture of Guy Fawkes stymied the gunpowder plot. What American conspirators' plans were exposed by the capture of Major John Andre? Raiders, chance to steal this military history question. The capture of Guy Fawkes stymied the gunpowder plot. What American conspirators' plans were exposed by the capture of Major John Andre? That was Benedict Arnold. Benedict Arnold. Shawnee Mission South, you do get the next question. Current events. A month after the resignation and arrest of President Otto Perez Molina, voters in what Central American country elected Jimmy Morales, a comedian with no governmental experience, to be their new president? John?
Nicaragua.
It is not Nicaragua. Cougars, chance to steal this current events question. A month after the resignation and arrest of President Otto Perez Molina, voters in what Central American country elected Jimmy Morales, a comedian with no governmental experience, to be their new president? Sam.
Costa Rica.
It's not Costa Rica. Guatemala. Guatemala. Cougars, next category for you is U.S. geography, specifically cities. In what state is the Charleston in what state is the Charleston, that famous dance, named after? Jack L.
South Carolina.
South Carolina. Oddly worded question. Nice job on that. Raiders, math is your category. For the hourly wage of $8.40, what would be time and a half? Time on that. Cougars, you could answer this question as the bell sounds for the first half. Math is the category. For the hourly wage of $8.40, what would be time and a half rate? Sam?
$12.60 an hour.
$12.60 an hour. And with that correct response, you've narrowed the gap a bit. Shawnee Mission Northwest with a score of 7. Shawnee Mission South, 10. This part of our program, we will go to a student from each team as they will give us a campus update. And first from Northwest, we have Jack L. What's happening over on 67th Street?
Our theater department is putting on their play Into the Woods this week, November 5th through 7th. This past weekend, Molly Bourne won the Class 6A cross-country state championship. The girls cross-country team got 6th place at state and boys got 11th. Our light show was rained out and it has been rescheduled for November 13th. Gymnastics got 3rd at state, and our mathletics team got 4th at Kansas State at the recent tournament.
Awesome. Fantastic. And Josiah, you are giving us the update for the Raiders. What's happening on 107th Street?
All right, so our fall musical Hairspray just finished. It was a great run, great show, if you got the chance to see it. Our gymnastics team got 4th at state, and they did a great job. Our marching band had a great season. They got 8th at a state competition. And we started our annual canned food drive, so if you have any cans, you can give them to a South student.
All right, fantastic. All right, here we go. In the second half here on categories, it is our lightning round. And as custom here on the lightning round, we will start with our look and listen question. We do have a monitor here in the studio for our contestants, and we will be projecting it on your screen for those playing at home. The look and listen question is worth 2 points. And just a reminder to contestants, when someone rings in, we cannot stop and rewind the image or the audio. We have to proceed from that point forward. So both teams, hands on buzzers. Here is the look and listen question. In 1942, scaffolding covered this mausoleum to disguise it from what threat? Sam?
Bombing.
From bombing. Very good. That is correct. And that is awarded 2 points to Shawnee Mission Northwest. As we continue with our lightning round, questions will be placed on the floor for either team to be answered. If the team responds correctly, they earn a point. If they respond incorrectly, the other team still gets a chance to steal that category. So here we go, both teams. General knowledge is the category. A section of a canal closed off with gates and in which a ship may be raised or lowered by raising or lowering of the water level is known as what? Sam?
A lock.
It is a lock. General knowledge again for both teams. The world's major oil companies, the Daughters of Atlas, the Ivy League women's colleges, are all known by what nickname? Jack?
Hesperides.
I cannot accept
Yeah.
that, sorry. Cougars, you have a chance to steal this general knowledge question. The world's major oil companies, the Daughters of Atlas, and the Ivy League women's colleges are all known by what nickname? The Seven Sisters. Seven Sisters. Mythology for both teams. Name the prophetess in Greek legend whose predictions, though true, were never believed. That is Cassandra. Cassandra. Sports for both teams. How many drivers can start in the Indy 500? John?
500.
That is incorrect. Cougars, chance to steal the sports question. How many drivers can start in the Indy 500? Matt?
44.
I'm sorry, it's 33. 33. 11 rows of 3. Business for both teams. Identify the words in this acronym. Zip code. Sam?
Zoning improvement plan.
That is correct. Very good. And you've taken a 1-point lead, 11 to 10. Art, specifically pottery. What is the name for pottery possessing a salt glaze? Looking for stoneware. Stoneware. Fine arts, theater is the next category. Starts off with a quote. Tomorrow is St. Valentine's Day. And all in the morning bed beat. Let me start over, please. Tomorrow is St. Valentine's Day, and all in the morning be time, and I a maid at your window to be your Valentine. The song appears in Hamlet. Who, in mournful madness, sings it? Anna?
Ophelia.
It is Ophelia. Expressions is the next category. I'll define it prosaically. You identify the familiar expression. Here it is. A single wicker container should not hold the entire output of thy... Josiah?
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
That is correct. U.S. geography, specifically flags. This U.S. state has the son of the Zia Indians on its flag. Sam?
New Mexico.
It is New Mexico. General knowledge for both teams. What would you be making if you combined the following ingredients? Orange peel, mint leaves, ginger, nutmeg, cloves, cinnamon. Sam?
Allspice.
Cannot accept allspice. Raiders, chance to steal this general knowledge question. What would you be making if you combined the following ingredients? Orange peel, mint leaves, ginger, nutmeg, cloves, cinnamon, caraway seeds, allspice, salt, perfume, and rose petals. John?
Incense.
Not incense, potpourri. Potpourri. U.S. history for both teams. It became unconstitutional on the federal level in 1964 and was declared unconstitutional on the state level 2 years later. Name this method long used to keep African Americans from voting. Josiah?
Poll tax?
It is a poll tax. Science, medicine for both teams. What in 1886 became the first surgical operation which could reliably cure an otherwise fatal medical condition? and to this day saves the lives of 300,000 men and women annually? It's an appendectomy. An appendectomy. World geography of both teams. France is divided into departments. Into what political units is Switzerland divided? Sam.
Cantons.
Cantons is correct. Tied up the score again, 13 apiece. Science, chemistry. How many elements make up the second period of the periodic table? Matt.
8.
It is 8. History for both teams. Name the German rocket engineer who launched the first surface-to-surface guided missile on December 24th, 1942. Werner von Braun. Theater for both teams. What Chekhov's play title is a group of trees? John?
The Grove.
It is not The Grove. Cougars, chance to steal this theater question. What Chekhov play's title is a group of trees? Jack L?
The Forest.
Is not The Forest. It's the cherry orchard. The cherry orchard. Geography, specifically landforms, is the next category. Volcanic mountains beneath the sea are known as what? Sam.
Ridge.
Cannot accept a ridge. Raiders, chance to steal this geography landforms question. Volcanic mountains beneath the sea are known as what? They are seamounts. Seamounts. Literature for both teams. Multiple choice. Which of these books is an unfinished satirical novel about Hollywood? Is it The Great Gatsby, The Last Tycoon, The Last Hurrah, or Brave New World? John.
The Last Hurrah.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Cougars, chance to steal this literature question. Which of these books is an unfinished satirical novel about Hollywood? Is it The Great Gatsby, The Last Tycoon, The Last Hurrah, or Brave New World? Matt.
Brave New World.
I'm sorry, it's The Last Tycoon. Last Tycoon. General knowledge for both teams. International Morse code is usually transmitted by telegraph. What are usually used to transmit semaphore code? Jack L.
Flags.
Flags. Taking a 2-point lead, 15 to 13. General knowledge, food is the category, and it's multiple choice. A green ring around a hard-cooked egg yolk is caused by overcooking, cooking in an aluminum pan, cooking in a copper pan, or using an unfresh egg. I'm sorry, Sam.
Using an unfresh egg.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Josiah.
Overcooking.
Overcooking. Sports is the next category. What sport goes on at a corrida? Sam.
Bullfighting.
It is bullfighting. History for both teams. The Quartering Acts were passed by British Parliament in 1765 and 1774. What did the Quartering Acts do? Anna.
It made the colonists hold British soldiers.
Yes, that's very good. Math is the next category. Find the sum of 8 2/3 and 2 3/5. Sam?
11.
I'm sorry, cannot accept that. Raiders, chance to steal this math question. Find the sum of 8 2/3 and 2 3/5. 11 4/15. Spelling. How do you spell pessimistic? John.
P-E-S-S-I-M-I-S-T. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, cannot accept that. Cougars, chance to steal the spelling question. How do you spell pessimistic? Sam.
P-E-S-S-I-M-I-S-T-I-C.
That is correct. World languages for both teams. Although spelled differently, these words sound the same in Spanish and French. The Spanish word means bravo. The French phrase means with milk. What are they? Matt.
Olat.
I'm sorry, I cannot accept that. Raiders, chance to steal this world languages question. John.
Ole.
Olay is what we're looking for. That siren does denote the end of our game, and we did have a close match today. Almost went to overtime. Final score is Shawnee Mission Northwest 17, Shawnee Mission South 16. Please join us again here on Categories next time as we will continue to bring you the best and brightest minds of high school students all throughout Johnson County.